Welcome to the Lose Your Big Ass Stomach podcast. I'm your host, Jay Jackson, and my mission here is to help you get rid of that big ass stomach and take back control of your health so that you can look and feel your best by being the best version of yourself, mentally and physically, while destroying the mediocre agenda society is trying to brainwash you into, and breaking our families' generational curses of being unhealthy by being a healthy and fit role model. It's time to set a new standard. It's time to set a new standard of living. If you find the podcast helpful, be sure to hit that follow button because that helps us build a movement. Let's go. About to get kind of deep, y'all. I'm about to let y'all in behind the scenes, man. So yeah, it's about to get deep. Man, you know, this time of the year, you know, it's really hard on a lot of people. And you know, with us going into the new year and all these holidays, there's a lot of pain that's going on. And I think even before, you know, the holiday season, a lot of people going through pain. I just kind of have like this intuition and just like this feeling of what's going on in the world, because I talk to so many of y'all inside my DMs. And, you know, I watch. I'm a people watcher. You know what I'm saying? I see what be going on. And so, you know, I want to talk about something that I see a lot of times that are holding y'all back. And I want to share a story. I think this is the best way to get this whole point across. The things that are holding y'all back from being able to transform your body, your health, and really, to be honest with you, your life, man. All right? Because a lot of people talk about making money. A lot of people talk about having all these material things. If you don't have your health, you have nothing. You have nothing. You can have all the money in the bank account, but if your ass land on the hospital bed, guys, you can't get nothing done. You see what I'm saying? And so it's very important that you take care of your health. But here's the thing. I know I may post a lot about fitness, nutrition, getting in shape, but guys, there's a backstory behind this. All right, and I know a lot of people are afraid of failure. A lot of people are afraid of the pain that failure brings them. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the embarrassment, whether it be you go through a divorce, so you don't want to get married. You go through a bad breakup. You go through rejection. You may want to have this certain person, but you get rejected, right? You know what I'm saying? You shoot your shot, you don't get it. You may have to get put on a certain type of medications, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, dialysis. You know what I'm saying? This is what I call pain, all right? This is what I call pain. And I've experienced a lot of pain in my life. All right, I've experienced a lot of pain, but most folks, what I've noticed, they try to run away from the pain. They try to run from the pain of making an investment in business coaching or making an investment in health coaching. You know what I'm saying? There's no way around that shit, y'all. You got to be willing to go through the pain, because pain teaches us. Pain is what teaches us. Let me give you an example. Back in my early days when I was in, I was at this junior college. And I was a kid growing up, man. I wanted to make my mom proud. I wanted to make my dad proud. And I used to work out almost I worked out every day. And everybody in my neighborhood, they would always see me like running around the football field and running up and down the football stadiums. And this was around about 13, 14, 15 years old. And because my whole goal was to go to the NFL, right? I felt like I had a good opportunity to go. And so I put so much time and effort into it, and just the validation that I saw that my dad would give me from me just pushing, because that was like my purpose at that time. It was like, it became an obsession, because I'm like, man, I like football, but I almost got to a point where my purpose was just making my mom and dad proud of me out of just not even so much as football. It was like, I just want to make them proud of me. That's what started happening. And so along my journey, you know, I went to high school, played well, didn't get a scholarship though. Didn't get a scholarship to go to college. You know, I seen buddies of mine on the football team get scholarships to go to, you know, Savannah State and Georgia University. My SAT scores wasn't high. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have as good of test scores. I wasn't a good test taker. I had like 3.8 GPA or something like that, but test taking, boy, I just didn't have it. You know what I'm saying? And so I went through a lot of pain of watching all my buddies go to school, and here I am having to figure out what the hell I'm going to do with my life. You know what I'm saying? I ended up going to a junior college, and things ended up working out. I ended up going to a junior college, transferred back to Georgia after going to a junior college in Arkansas for a while. And then when I transferred, I was supposed to be going to Georgia Tech, but somehow they messed up my paperwork. They said I was accepted, and then later on, like a day or two before school was supposed to start, I wasn't accepted no more. And so here I was. I didn't know what the hell I was gonna do, because I hadn't withdrew from a college that was had a promising future, and then I transitioned into thinking I'm about to go to Georgia Tech, but something happened with the paperwork. And so here I am, like, damn, what do I do now? And so, I ended up having to start washing dishes at my dad's soul food restaurant. Now, I don't know about y'all, but if there's one of the most hardest jobs in the world, not just physically but mentally, it's standing your ass up all day, washing dishes, mopping floors, throwing trash bags to the dumpster all day, scooping trash up off the ground because homeless folks reaching in the damn trash bag and dumpster, snatching out all the food and jump, and you got to scoop all that shit back up, put it in a trash bag and throw it back in the dumpster. That was my life for a while. And this was after I had went through college for a year, my freshman year. And I felt like a huge disappointment. All right? I felt like a huge disappointment. And so these are like some of the pains and frustrations and disappointments that I went through, along with when I applied to Georgia State, and I ended up going to Georgia State. I thought I had a baby for a year. I thought the girlfriend at the time, I thought I had a baby with her. And the baby was born, but I felt so bad about what was going on. I was afraid to even tell my dad about it. I'm like, damn, man, my dad got all these kids. I feel like I'm following in his footsteps. And lo and behold, 7-8 months in, me and the young lady, we go to my dad's house for the first time after the baby been born after about 7-8 months. And my dad just so happened, by the grace of God, is like, hey, I just want you to get a DNA test on the baby. I just want you to get a DNA test. And it turns out a couple of weeks later when the DNA test came back, baby wasn't even mine. Wasn't even mine, y'all. It's crazy, all right? And stay with the story now, because I'm going somewhere with this. Y'all, all right? And so I was greatly disappointed. Like, it was, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know how to describe it, y'all. Like, I went through so much, like, that was probably one of the worst a year and a half to 2 years of my life. Because I had felt like I had disappointed my dad. I hid it from him for a while. And then, by the grace of God, he's the one that, because I would have never even questioned the child. I would have never questioned it. You know what I'm saying? And then, I go on with my life playing football. And even before the child came, I started doing in-person personal training, and I went through a transition of just working to working with a purpose, because I thought I had a baby. You see what I'm saying? And so it took my work ethic to a whole nother level. It took the level of pain and pressure that I was willing to put on myself to a whole nother level, y'all. I can't even describe it. Well, if you have a parent, if you're a parent, you may or may not know. I know some folks, they have kids, they still stay lazy as hell. Some folks who have kids, they turn up and go to the next level. But it showed me a whole new level of work ethic. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm training. I didn't get a scholarship at Georgia State. Still playing football. And then I think my junior year of football, I started to realize like football wasn't going to be the direction of my life. And this was like my identity at the time. Like, I played football from like 5 years old all the way up until I was damn 20, 21 years old, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looked at, they used to call me Quiz. You know what I'm saying? And everybody looked at me as, hey, I know at some point Quiz going to the NFL. That he gone. This boy work out all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? And so when I realized that it wasn't going to happen anymore, I was like, I didn't know what to do. I honestly didn't know what to do. And I went into a depression for weeks, if not months. And I didn't know what to do with all that pain. I was still training because I had to pay for my way through school and stuff like that. I got the Hope Scholarship, but, I still had to pay my way through school. And take care of the bills and, pay for food and stuff like that because I was living on my own. And so there was a lot of pain that happened in my life back then, and I still go through pain, different types of pain nowadays. But I say all that to say this. A lot of people ignore the pains that they've went through in their past. All right, a lot of people ignore the pains that they're going through now. You sweep it up underneath the rug. But the thing that really helped me get off the ground and like really change my life was that pain of disappointment, that pain of just feeling embarrassed, like everybody watching me, and I'm like, man, I thought I was going to the NFL. I thought I was gonna be, super successful NFL player, taking care of my mom, taking care of my dad. You know what I'm saying? And so there was a lot of pain, guilt, and just embarrassment, and just like shame. There was a lot of it, man. And I started pouring that pain into the fitness. I went all in on fitness, and then after a while, I discovered that, me doing in person, I'm a one-man show. I can only help so many people, right? And so at this point, I wasn't even training anymore. I wasn't even playing football anymore because I was all in on football. Then about a year or two later, one of my coaches that used to coach me at Georgia State, he brought an opportunity to me. It was like a little network marketing company. They selling protein shakes, helping people lose weight. They getting BMWs and all kind of shit. They making money doing it. And so I'm like, man, what is happening? You got some little pyramid scheme or something? What's happening? But at the time, I was open to it because I wanted, like, one of my biggest values is freedom. And so I was like, you know what? This might be God. This might be the universe talking to me, man. Just trying to put this in front of me as a disguise. And so I'm like, okay, well, I do want to have more freedom. I do want to help more people. I do want to make more money, but I can only help so many people and make so much money training people in person. And so I stepped into doing the company. And about 6 months in, 5 weeks in, I hit the rank where I got a BMW. I'm like 21 years old, riding around a $100,000 BMW convertible. And so I started getting hundreds of people joining my little network marketing company. If you've been rocking with me for years, you know me from, I think it was called Visalis or Body by Value. You might know me from then. Like, I became the spokesperson, the model for the company. I'm talking about a multi-million-dollar company. And when people would call into the company, they hear me talking like a little infomercial. It'd be crazy. But the company ended up going out of business after about 2.5, 3 years of me in it. And I had stepped away from doing in-person training. And it got so bad because I was supporting a lot of people, trying to help a lot of people make money, because my whole thought process is, if I'm going to eat, I want to make sure everybody eating. And I wasn't being very mindful of my finances, even though I was helping a lot of people. And I found myself in a very compromising position, very bad position. So bad, I had to ask my dad for a $250 loan. That should tell you how bad it was. My bank account was in the negatives. And I was so disappointed because I'm like, damn, I got to ask my dad. Like, the man who I want to show that I'm doing great in life, I want to impress him, I want to feel proud of me. I was just like, damn, I have no choice but to ask him. You know what I'm saying? I have no choice but to ask him. And I told him I want a loan. I ain't say I just need some money. And so I used this $250 loan to buy some honey buns. I was on some big ass stomach type shit then. I was broke, you know what I'm saying? Honey buns, bread, peanut butter and jelly, and put some gas money in my in the car. Just put some gas in the car, and I paid a young lady to make me a design for some flyers, and I got some flyers printed out. I hit the streets in Buckhead, Atlanta, because I had like less than 30 days to be able to make enough money to pay for that car, because the company went out of business. Pay for that car, pay for my rent, pay for everything else, the food, light bills, everything. You see what I'm saying? And luckily, life showed me who I really was at that point, because I didn't stray away from the pain of putting in the work to do what I needed to do to make sure I wasn't going to lose everything. And so, passing out flyers in Buckhead, Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man. Like, I'm passing out flyers to any and everybody. And I was able to get, I think I made like $6, $7, maybe close to $8,000 within that 30-day time frame from straight scratch. Like, and being miserable throughout the process because I'm in the back of my head. I'm like, damn, I'm broke. I gotta make something work. I don't have a choice. So I have to move back in with my parents, which was going to be extremely embarrassing. And so I was able to, get myself back on my feet within 30 days, and that helped me relaunch my fitness career. And so why am I telling y'all all this? The reason I'm telling y'all this is because a lot of people try to stray away from the pain. You try to ignore the pain. Pain is one of our biggest gifts. Like a lot of my life, where I've gotten to up to this point, has been built on pain. Like even when I had fell on hard times, when the company had went backwards and I was on hard times and I was still kind of like figuring my way out. Even after that month of getting myself back on my feet, I ended up losing my car because the engine ended up blowing. The damn engine for the car was like $20,000. Like I said, this is a $100,000 car. I ain't have no gap insurance or something like that. I ain't know nothing about all that. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up losing the car. And so I ended up getting like an Infiniti or something like that, and making my way back up. But it didn't take months; it took years. You know what I'm saying? And during this time, I had people who my family, they would have like gatherings. Thanksgiving, Christmas, different little get-togethers. And when I'm pulling up, the way I view myself, guys, we all view ourselves a certain way for a reason. But the way I viewed myself highly, but my lifestyle was down here. My lifestyle was a lot lower now. And everybody knew me for my lifestyle being up here. Made me extremely embarrassed. I went into a depression. You know what I'm saying? And it heightened, it amplified that level of pain that I would go through on a daily basis. Like it felt to the point like I was suffocating because I didn't have the things that I wanted to have, and I wasn't living the lifestyle that I wanted to live. The way that I viewed myself, the external world wasn't the reality yet. You see what I'm saying? Like I used to go to family gatherings like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and I didn't have the resources to be able to contribute. Pain. Like that was extremely painful to me. Some guys, some women, you might resonate with that. Some of y'all, you don't care. You just take everything free, you good with it. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I want to be able to contribute. I want to be able to, play my part in being able to help and support. You see what I'm saying? The family or whoever. And so all these different painful experiences that I went through, these things shaped me. Guys, your pain that you go through, it shapes you. It shapes your character. And so if whether you have a whole lot of weight on you, and I've had clients who before they start dropping weight, when they would get on the plane, they would have to get a belt extender. A belt extender because they're so heavy. Extremely embarrassing. Whether you're a parent and you going to your kids' baseball games or sports games and you the overweight parent and you feel some kind of way about that. It's a reason you feel a kind of way about that. That's pain. The pain is trying to teach you. So stop running away from the pain. If you on high blood pressure, you on dialysis, you on type 2 diabetic meds, and you hate it. You hate the way your body look when you look at yourself in the bathroom mirror. That's pain. Like you have people out here, you have these snowflake trans out here. It's gonna be okay. You're fine just the way you are. Well, damn. If you mad about it and you're not happy about it, shit ain't gonna be okay. You gotta change. And the pain that you're going through is showing you. It's trying to show you, hey, you have to change something so you feel better. So that you can live better. So that you can live longer. And so this is one of the biggest things that I see so many people ignore. So many people ignore. Guys, you could do all the vision board shit you want to. You could do all the affirmations you want to. Sometimes that shit don't work. You could do all I'm going to listen to some motivational music and I'm going to listen to Eric Thomas, I'm going to listen to David Gog, all the shit you want to. Sometimes you got to remember and never forget where you come from. You have to never forget the pain that you've gone through. Like, guys, I've been through some shit. And to be able to do these podcasts, like, it's plenty of days I don't feel like doing these damn podcasts. But guess what? Them days I used to have to go outside in the hot ass sun and pass out them flyers and to some folks who in Buckhead, Atlanta. Some folks be still what they call it racist out here. Yeah, but I went out there with a smile on my face, you know, passing out flyers. I'm like, man, I hate this shit, but I did it anyway. And so looking at the pain I went through then versus now, it puts things into perspective. I'd much rather go through this pain of not wanting to do it but still doing it. You see what I'm saying? What type of pain are you going through right now? Are you going through the pain of discomfort with how your clothes look, discomfort with how you look when you're naked, discomfort of not having energy so you can't enjoy your life with your kids, your family, your person, whatever it is? You might not have the financial resources to be able to contribute and do things for your family, but what if you got healthy? What if you started having more energy? What if you started looking the part? Now you have more capacity to do more for the people that you love and care about. Like, it would eat me up on the inside if I'm going throughout my life, but I don't have the resources and the bandwidth and the energy to be able to provide and take care of people that I love and care about. That's pain. Like, I think one of my greatest gifts is looking at the future, a year, 5 years, 10 years from now, and being like, damn, if I don't make changes, if I stop, what is my life gonna look like? I want y'all to think about that. Think about where your body is right now. Think about where your health is. And I know some of you guys, you just sweeping the shit up underneath the rug. Some of y'all got high blood pressure and type 2 diabetes. What's life gonna look like a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if you don't make some changes now? Shit's gonna be way more painful. You might be going through some pain right now, but you sweep it up underneath the rug. Oh man, I'll get to it, in a couple of months. I'll get to it in a week. I'll get to it in a year. You sweep it up underneath the rug. The pain trying to teach you. And so when you go through the pain, when you're aware of it, you gotta say, okay, well, let me not wait. Because guys, I've had plenty of clients. They go through the same shit y'all do. They humans just like you. They got family. They got kids. They got busy ass jobs. That pain, and it's not always convenient to have to go get your ass up and go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? And eat the right foods. It's pain. You see what I'm saying? But they're doing it anyway. You know what that's a reflection of? Character. Character. Doing it when it's not convenient. Doing it because it's a priority. Doing it when it hurts. Doing it when you don't feel like doing it. It's going to build your character, man. It's going to make you feel more empowered. It's going to make you feel more worthy of having shit because you're like, man, look, I'm doing shit what I don't even feel like. There's plenty of folks out here sitting their ass on the couch. And they know they need to lose some weight. They know they need to work out. They got a car. They got the bread. They got the time. They still ain't doing what they need to do. They sweeping up on it. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And then 2, 3 years later, now they got high blood pressure. Now they on dialysis. Now they got type 2 diabetic medication they got to take. All this type shit. Now they on the CPAP machine because they got sleep apnea. Guys, you got to wake up and realize the pain is trying to teach you something. Whatever that might be. Whatever that might be. It might be you so broke right now you have anxiety every day because you're not putting in the effort that you really need to put in to make a change. It might be that your body is not where you want it to be at, and so now you have social anxiety. You're starting to feel tired all day. Your clothes don't fit the way you want them to no more. You're not happy with life anymore. That's pain. You're going through depression. You're sad all the time. You're in a rut all the time. But if you lost that weight, I'm not saying life will be perfect, but it will be a hell of a lot better. You have to pay attention to your pains. All right? Pay attention to your pains because these are the things, it's certain habits and routines in your life that you need to change to solve that painful problem, whatever it is. All right? And so these are things you want to start focusing on. And so that way you can truly transform your body and health. Be aware of the pain. Don't stray away from it. You go have folks who you don't seek other people's validation of, oh, it's going to be all right. You're good the way you are. No, you don't have to change a thing. But you know deep down in your soul, in your spirit, if you don't look good, it fucks with you. If your clothes don't fit the way you want them to, you feel some kind of way. If you butt booty naked and you got your boo, they lay on the bed, you like, Turn your head. Let me get up underneath the covers first. Turn the lights off. It mess with you. You ain't gotta live like that. Yeah, men and women. You got that big old ass stomach, you got all that back fat, you feeling self-conscious, and this your partner. You feel a certain way because the pain is trying to teach you. Stop ignoring the pain. You don't have to live like that. You get more than enough information out here. I'm bringing awareness to it. I'm giving you all the game. And so that's one of the biggest things that's holding so many people back from being able to be successful. It's not always the sunshines and roses and the vision and the goals that's gonna make you get up off your ass. Sometimes it's those painful experiences and situations that we all tend to go through, and moments that we all tend to go through at times, that makes us wake up and be like, I'm no longer allowing myself to live like this. I'm no longer allowing this to be my standard. I'm going to the gym no less than 3-4 times a week. From now on, period. I gotta have this body. I gotta have more energy. I gotta be that example for my family and my kids. I gotta be able to live up to that reality that I have for myself in my head, but my external reality just don't show it yet. This gotta happen. And so I'm doing whatever is required to make it happen, because I'm tired of going through these pains. Like y'all, you're normalized. Some of y'all are normalizing going through pain and trauma. Your knees aching, your back aching, your clothes don't fit the way you want them to. You're feeling self-conscious. Some of y'all want to start businesses online. Like, guys, if folks out here making some bread online right now. You could be sitting your ass at the house right now instead of having to get up, put your clothes on, drive to work, then work for about 7-8 hours, then drive your ass home. You ain't have to do all that. But what if you lost all the weight? What if you start having more energy? You gonna feel more confident about yourself. Then you can launch that finance business that you want to start, that real estate business or fitness business. I don't give a damn what it is. Like, I'm not just no fitness and nutrition coach. I feel like I'm more like personal development, because the gateway to personal development is you taking care of yourself. Us taking care of ourselves. If you don't feel good, if you're not healthy, if you don't feel strong, guys, how are you going to truly be able to navigate through life if you feel tired all day? If you feel like you can't really put yourself out there like that, you're limiting yourself. Some of y'all could be making way more money than what you're making right now, but you're leaving a lot of your potential on the table, on the plate, because you're not willing to step outside of your comfort zone. You're ignoring all the pains, right? Oh man, I ain't got time to be thinking about that shit. I ain't got time to be working out. Man, I ain't got time to be eating like that, man. I don't have money to be doing all that. You just keep on going through the pains. and the ugly part of life, this is where it is. If you don't do something about the pain chronically gets worse. It chronically get worse. You know like a chronic illness is? Like, you can go through an illness and then a year, 2, 3, 5 years later, you go to the doctor, they be like, hey, you didn't come, you didn't do nothing about it. You could have did something about it a couple of years ago. We don't have nothing to do to help you now. We can't help you no more. You see what I'm saying? You're going through chronic pain. Because it doesn't just happen just like that. It's not like a toothache, but when you feel that motherfucker, you like, hey, I'm going to the dentist today. I need y'all to get me in there today. That's not how health and fitness work. It chronically happens. A year or two later, you find yourself 70 pounds, 100 pounds, 150 pounds overweight. But you felt the pain early. You felt the pain a year or 2, 3 years ago. But you ignored it. So stop ignoring the pains that you're going through. Start addressing the pains that you're going through. And it's not just physical. It's not just the weight. It's not just your energy. It's also your mental pains that you're going through. All right? Meaning your ass might need to get a therapist. Yeah. Some of y'all need to get a therapist. And so that way you can talk through some of the traumas that you may be going through or that you've went through in your past. And so that way you can move forward. All right? And so that you can create the life that you truly want to live. So these are the things that's going to allow you to start truly transforming your body and your health, man, and your life. All right? Hopefully y'all found this podcast helpful. If you did, be sure to hit the follow button. Leave your boy a 5-star rating so we continue to grow the movement. And we out of here. Let go. Yo, appreciate you for tapping in and listening to the podcast episode today. Hopefully you found it valuable, and if you did and you want to learn more about how I can help you lose the big ass stomach, transform your body, and get your health on point, DM me real results over on Instagram at JJacksonOfficial for more information. And I'll reach back out to you to do what I can to help you hit those health and fitness goals. Let's get it.